Hey, who's that? Hi, guys, whoever it is. Yeah, welcome. What are we talking about? Yeah, having a national strike court. Tax strike. Strike. Where's the auto scroll then? Well, there's an auto scroll button somewhere, but I don't know where it is.
Is it soundproof? Yeah, it's not soundproof. Okay, your turn. Try it. I'm telling you, it's soundproof.
Well, I don't know if I get viewers behind the scenes, but
This country with its institutions belongs to the people who inhabit it. Whenever they shall grow weary of the existing government, they can exercise their constitutional right of amending it or their revolutionary right to overthrow it.
hi.
Interesting. Do you think we have the right to overthrow the government?
Well, I thought we could discuss it.
We will
Oh,
discuss
10
that
viewers
after school.
just joined.
If you want another detention for tomorrow, just keep it up.
You expect me to
Welcome,
sit there and
guys.
say yes, ma'am, and no, sir, and may I go to the boys' rules? And you think you're too smart to play by the rules. But if you're really smart, you sit in your seat and think your own thoughts and act well-adjusted and all that. Why? To get them on your side. Anyhow, it's better to have them on your side. Why? Because the whole thing is nothing but a game, that's why. And you have to play by their rules. Mate in 3 more moves.
Hello.
How did you finish so fast?
I'm just waiting for people. I want to have a chat with people about, the government, council tax.
Follow process.
I know, but I figured.
I know. I can see what you've done, but you can't do it that way.
Why
Yes,
not?
I'm just playing this
You
video.
haven't learned that
I'm
procedure.
actually just got TikTok on. It's on auto scroll. Just going to keep playing different videos.
My way and the wrong way.
But I got the
Yes, so did anyone go to the Great British National Strike on Saturday? Did anyone turn up at their local town centres? Yeah, British. I know. Well, this is just TikTok video, mate. It'll be gone in a minute. It's just interesting stuff to watch, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, they're British. If you're a British citizen, then did you go to your local national strike on Saturday? I mean, I'm English. British is it's an Act of Parliament created in 1707. It was the Act of Union, and it made us Great Britain. But all Acts of Parliament are null and void because they're acting in treason. So we're not technically British anymore. We're all English, but I mean, then even England was created by the government. So we're Aboriginals, whatever we are. We're native to this land. Didn't even know they existed. Who's that? Didn't know who existed. The English. Yeah, Great Britain became Great Britain in 1707 with an Act of Parliament. It's called the Act of Union. But the British Parliament is acting in a state of treason. They've got no respect for the British people or the values of the British people. Oh, right. Didn't even know they existed. Well, they've only been advertised for a few weeks, or a few months rather. I didn't find out until very late, but I definitely went to my local town centre and showed my support. In fact, I played quite a role. But then I'm a bit of an activist already. But obviously, people are waking up to the wrongs of the world at the minute. People are opening their eyes to all sorts. The corruption in the government, the council tax corruption. I mean, there's a birth certificate scam. The government take our birth certificates, they get a loan now for whatever we need for the rest of our lives. And then we have to pay it back in taxes. The biggest crisis in my perspective is that there is a ruling elite that are not answerable to anybody. And this isn't the Parliament. Parliament are just making the rules for the people to abide by. But Parliament is supposed to be for the people, by the people. Unfortunately, they're being funded by lobbyists. They're acting in treason. They are committing corruption. You know, a lot of members of Parliament are directors of companies or subsidiaries that own like electric and gas and water companies. So the MPs are actually they own the companies that are charging us for our energy, and at the same time they're increasing the taxes that we have to pay on it. I mean, that's just what they're doing. The people in charge are the ones with the money. The banks and the corporations, BlackRock, etc. So what the biggest crisis in my is, I obviously couldn't tell you. I don't know what my biggest crisis is. We are in crisis. This country is in a state of crisis. The people need to start standing together, coming together, rising against the tyranny. And we have laws in place to enable us to stand against a corrupt government. And at the end of the day, that's what we need to do. The people need to voice their opinion, and for their voices to be heard, and they have to do it together. And the tide is turning. You know, for too long, too many people have been travelling down to London and filling the pockets of the companies and the bankers by using the services, going to protest in London. And now the tide is turning and it's going to change. People are starting to protest in their own countries, in their own cities. And this is what the game is. It's to go national. It's for everyone in every city, every town, every village to stand up and voice their opinion. Not everyone can get down to London. It's a stupid idea. Everyone go to London and protest. Yeah, get to your local city centres, local town centres, village halls, and make it a community event. It's not a protest. It's more of a community event. It's a coming together of people who have just had enough of their government, who want to voice their opinions. And when enough people stand up, then it will be noticed. You know, ITV and BBC are sort of ignoring it a little bit, but GB News have picked up on it and they're backing it. Times are changing, Leon. Absolutely. Any questions? I've got 3 viewers. Any questions? Well, I'm trying to promote a council tax strike anyway. So if you think a council tax strike is a good idea, then you need to talk to your friends, your neighbours, family, anyone, and just start doing it. Between you, in groups, in collectives, come together. What's my opinion on the debt? What, the debt of the country or the global debt, or what? I think debt is, I don't know, debt is slavery. The debt is a load of bollocks. They can print money like no one's business. If the banks go out, they can do quantitative easing and bring them back in. There is no debt. It's an illusion.
Why a private membership association, PMA, is one of the most powerful tools for freedom.
What do you think about the debt? And is the debt that you're on about is it the country, the debt the country's in, the £180,000 per person debt?
Once you accept those terms, you must follow their laws, regulations, and taxes, whether you like it or not. A private membership.
Because every man, woman, and child in the UK is currently in £180,000 worth of debt.
Financial independence. It allows you to operate outside government control while still engaging in commerce.
Yeah, I can see that, Leon. But this is what the wars are all about. The wars were to bring us out of the gold standard. I mean, if you look back at all the wars with a critical mind, you'll see that some people who we think are in the wrong were probably in the right. I mean, I truly believe that we never actually won the war. That the people in control are the oligarchy, the elite. We were just given the illusion of victory to put in place our way of life, the way we think and feel.
Because a PMA operates privately among consenting members, it is not subject to the same laws that govern public businesses.
So I think, like World War I was to bring into the gold standard into what we now know as the UK, but into our homeland. World War II was just part of that. That was their expansion into Europe, and Germany had enough, and they fought back. But we are under the illusion that we was on the winning side, when really we was just a tool in a great deception.
One of the biggest traps people fall into is applying for state licenses and permits. The moment you ask for permission, you grant the state the power to regulate you. A PMA does not require a business license because it is not a business open to the public. A health and wellness PMA does not need medical board approval because members voluntarily agree to private services outside of...
So you got your own channel for politics and philosophy, Leon. I'm not going to look right now. But...
have to follow state curriculum laws because parents voluntarily agree to the terms of membership.
Well, I mean, anyone who steps up into that seat and sits in it is already complicit. You don't get to sit as the Prime Minister without being complicit in what's gone on already. I mean, look, every person who's got up there, you look into them, look what they've done throughout their lives, and they've all committed treason against the people of this country. They've got to have done something wrong to be able to get into that seat. You ain't getting no good person up there. Didn't see Jeremy Corbyn getting up there, do you? I mean, I'm sure he's done wrong anyway, but I don't really do politics because my state of mind is the legal system is corrupt. I don't support it at all, and I'm not even interested in anything they do or who's in the seat because they are all corrupt. They're acting in treason. And the amount of people who have been notified of the treason is ridiculous. So, don't matter who's in the seat. Touche.
Once you register a business, open a business bank account, or get an EIN, you have legally placed yourself under IRS jurisdiction. This means you must file tax returns, report revenue, and pay whatever.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a rebel, really.
A properly structured PMA does not register with the IRS.
I don't know what is on here. I thought it was on the For You page, but I don't know. That guy's got a bit of attitude. He's got the right mind. This guy, the guy before him, he's got the right mind. It's just a bit strong. The society is waking up from something that they don't understand. They thought they did, and now they're coming into a new world. And people need to be broken in gently. There's people are getting frantic because they're opening their eyes to the corruption that's going on, and they can't believe what they're seeing. But you can't force people to understand information. You've got to lead them, show them the information, and give them time to adjust. I mean, this British stuff, that guy who I just shown you, he's English, and when people talk British, he gets mad. But the people that need to be brought together are the people who believe that they are British. So you can't. So you need to bring them together and then say to them, by the way, British is a stain on our origins. We shouldn't be using British as a title because it puts us under their jurisdiction and it labels us as their property. Because what you identify as gives you jurisdiction. I identify as a man and I stand in common law jurisdiction. If you identify as a person in court, you're under maritime jurisdiction, or even to the police. If you identify as a person, you're under maritime jurisdiction. And if you're identifying as British, you are property of the elite. Yeah, I don't know what you're into, Leon, but everything that we speak, every word we use, enters us into contract. We just don't know it. We speak multiple languages which we believe to be English, but in a courtroom you're speaking a different language. You're speaking legalese, and they have the same words, but they mean different things. Well, the same is true. There's actually 3 sections, so there's 3 varieties of language in our one English. I'm not sure about the third, but we use words we don't understand. When you're talking to like the police or the courts, they have a different variation of the words that you're using. Like the word understand, it does not mean that you comprehend. It means that you stand under their authority. That's just one thing. And a person is a corporate fictional entity. So if they say, are you a person, and you identify as that, then you become a corporate fictional entity, and your name is the one on your birth certificate. So it's hard to understand, but we don't know the words of which we speak. And as soon as you open your mouth and utter a word, you've entered into a jurisdiction. And if you don't know what words you're speaking, then you're constantly moving in and out of different jurisdictions without even knowing it. You move from being a man on the land to being a person, and then to being property of the crown. You just do that without even thinking about it, because we don't know the words we're speaking. Some volume.
All councils are registered on Dun & Bradstreet in the United States. Therefore, they all come under.
Is that a bit loud?
Uniform Commercial Code of Conduct, and that is their guidelines. Now, when I went to court, prior to actually going, I sent the court all their Dun & Bradstreet registration numbers. I explained to them that they were foreign overseas registered corporations for profit being paid for by the Federal Reserve Bank, which is a privately owned bank. So justice could not be served, there could be no impartiality, and there could be no integrity. This is the same for all the councils in the United Kingdom, the police, all corporations. Now, why that's important is on the 1st of March 2023, I read out the UCC 1-308 filing, which from the 30th of January was the deadline. It was a public announcement. It gave all UK corporations 40 days and 40 nights to rebut the 12 presumptions of law and affidavits to be true. They were unable to do that. That returned the power, the sovereign status, back to we the people. Now, all the courts have continued to harass and to continue their fraudulent, deceptive, treasonous business against we the people. They are finished. I don't state this lightly. I put this in writing to the case progression officer at Bournemouth Crown Court. When I attended court on the 21st of December,
I'll turn that down. But if you heard that, there is no power. The courts have no authority. We're standing. This country is in common law jurisdiction. So this is why they're pumping up everything they're doing to us. Why they're getting worse, because they're not allowed to do it. They've been caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and they're taking as many cookies as they can get before they get kicked out. That's what's happening right now.
They have followed our belligerent government's narrative.
And I know the faster people stand up, the worse it's going to get. But people need to stand up and fast, because it's got to get worse before it gets better.
Our friends and family members. They are all complicit in the crime. This is a fact. I also stated in court that fiction yields to truth. There is no legal fiction where there is truth.
I don't know if you can hear what's being said.
I am whole. I am present. I'm fully accounted for from fertilization to last breath.
Sound check.
I'm a living man. I'm not a corporation. You have zero jurisdiction over me. You are the criminals. You are the foreigners on our land. You are the marauders. You are the invaders. You are the child traffickers. We, the people, have the power. I also stated, when in the witness stand, that I didn't need a Bible to swear. I put my hand on my heart, and I stated, I'm here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Well, I'm going to be here for like an hour, so if anyone wants to share it, get some friends up. If someone can come and come up on the live if you want. I can turn the camera around and have a chat as well.
I trust this will help, but enough is enough. The military is the only way.
So, Sarah, let's
by 10 times, or is the horizon just an optical location? Which one is it?
I don't know if I agree with the 3.4 miles.
So, any questions? Do you want to talk about anything? I mean, I don't share much. I don't share my links out because no one pays attention, and it just annoys me that there's no one paying attention. So I just don't do it. I accept it for what it is, and I welcome my viewers. So welcome. Calling for a council tax strike across the country. The Great British National Tax Strike. So if you didn't go to the Great British National Strike on Saturday in your local town centre, then you should go to the one next week. Keep an eye out on social medias for the date, but I believe it's the 1st of June. It's going to be in your local city centres. So, find some friends that are like-minded, who are pissed off with the government, organise a little picnic for you and your friends, and take some extra for people if you want to. You know, make it a community event. Come together, unite, not fight. I said that a few times. I got praised for it as well, because that's what we're doing. We're trying to unite, not to fight. We are against the government. We oppose the people we put in place to make our rules. They have overstepped their mark. They are acting in tyranny. They're treacherous, treasonous. It's not a call to arms. It's a call for unity. And then they displayed this weekend, that that's what it's about. People came together all over the country. There's 500,000 or more people that came together, stood in unity. I mean, there was even more people that were there opposing it, not more than the 500,000, obviously. Every protest had an opposition protest site. So, you know, even if you're against it, you can go join the opposition. But at the end of the day, we're all there angry at one people, and that people is the government. Just my one viewer. Thanks for sticking around.